rugby, and this is Stephen Armitage. Actually, he's an English rugby player. He used to play for this England side, but he's in the country, and he had a session with the Stars yesterday. And for him, he's saying that he knows that Kenyans have a lot of potential rugby-wise, and that is potential that needs to be curbed and nurtured. And when that happens, we will be seeing the rugby players are flying in a positive way every time they play that rugby.
Well, today I've come over, obviously, on a try and get involved with like the grassroots to help them get going with the patron society. So like we just come here because rugby is a sport that gives people hope, and it's a game that somewhere you could always go even when you're in trouble and stuff like that. It's a place you could go, and I think these guys just need a little bit of hope, saying that anything could happen, because that's what it is. Rugby is kind of a way out. It's kind of a way of inspiring people to do better, to be better, to achieve better. So I just wanted to come along and see how these guys are getting on, and there's a good bunch of guys here who got quite a lot of talent. They just need a little bit of insight in rugby, but I think rugby in Kenya will get big.
And looking at the boys today's training session, what do you make of them in terms of skill set and fitness?
I think like in terms of like skills and stuff like that, there's a lot of very skillful players, but obviously rugby is a sport like any sport. It's a sport where you keep practicing. If you're good at something, you keep practicing to make sure you're the best at it. So the skills are getting there, and I'm not sure in 2.5 weeks' time when they play their game, I think it's against Uganda. I think they'll be ready, and they'll be up to it. Rugby, at the end of the day, rugby is a game. Okay, it's a game. It's two teams against each other. Some might have more experience, some might have a more professional background, but at the end of the day, it comes